The following program is brought to you by Johnny's Radiator and More. Family owned and operated for over 45 years. We are more than a radiator shop. Come see what the more is all about. Brakes, alignments, suspension, shocks, struts, tires, lift kits, radiator, AC repair, oil change, water pumps, fuel pumps, and more. Don't forget, Johnny's has a full line of AC parts in stock for all heavy-duty makes and models, logging, farming, construction, and heavy-duty trucks. AC parts specialist with over 35 years experience. Call 870-226-5000 to get an estimate or make an appointment today. All right, Coach Hembree, congrats on a big road win at DeWitt last Friday night. Just your initial thoughts and emotions after a pretty close contest.
Yeah, I mean, we knew going in it was going to be a tough game, and that they were going to be excited. They were going to be fired up, and obviously, you know, you start driving to DeWitt and 20 miles from DeWitt, you start seeing signs, so you knew that it was a pretty big atmosphere. If it's going to take place, and they were ready to play, and I knew they were a really good football team, and you know we didn't know what to expect with their quarterback and being out, and we knew there was be some type of snapping the ball to one a little bit, and also they moved 13 up, who's an extremely fast, gifted athlete who's going to be tough in the future, and then number 11. So you know they had three really good running backs, and they were tough to stop, and they played extremely hard, and I thought our kids just kept playing, and offensively we kind of did what we wanted. You know, we scored two out of three possessions in the first half, and we just didn't get the ball very much. And on the other possession, we turned the ball over, which you can't do in a close ball game. But you know, very pleased with our football team, how hard they played, how they kept just holding on to the rope and not letting go, and just found a way to win.
Yeah, I think we did have that one turnover, but Traylon Jackson actually had a pretty big night, I think, on pure yardage. I don't know if you remember his exact yards on the night, but how good is it just to have him back in the backfield for you?
But he's just so smart. He can do so much. He can, he's more of a jitterback, and you got Jordan, who's more of a downhill runner. So I love their 1-2 punch, because the week before it was more Jordan than it was Trey, and then last week it was Trey, and Trey had 18 carries for 196 yards and a touchdown. He had a big catch for about 12 yards. That stuff that he can do, and he kind of put us on his back a little bit there in the third quarter and said, "Hey, give the ball to me," and kind of just took over the game, and that's what we needed at that time. And I love the kid. He just gives us everything he's got every day, and he's a winner, man. He's just a winner, a tough-nosed kid who hadn't done much in the previous weeks as far as yardage wise. First couple games it was more us throwing the football, and Cam was having a really good game. Neandre, Tremont, AJ. So, but he was still doing his job. He was blocking. He was doing that stuff, and his time was going to come. And his time came in the biggest moment of the year, at DeWitt.
Your defense, although it was a tough ball game, I believe they held DeWitt well below their points average on the season. Just any defensive standouts that you saw after watching film?
We did. We did and we didn't. That they had a lot of yards. They've been averaging like 40-something points a game. Our defense really held them to 16. We give up the pick six, but we just kept fighting. Really, we didn't. Our plan wasn't great, honestly, and that's my fault. And I told our kids that Sunday when we got back, and we got to do a better job, and that's all on me. And we didn't have an answer for number one and number 13. Number 13 was probably better than what we expected. We knew that they were doing something different, and we thought him being young, being the first start, that he wouldn't be able to go out there and do the things that he did. And the other quarterback they had, they would hand the ball to one, hand the ball to 11. He wasn't much of a run threat, and 13 was. I thought 13. He's going to be a really good athlete. So that was a different dynamic they had that we wasn't ready for. And then, one's such a good football player. Man, we knew that going in. You could see that on film. And, he didn't disappoint, man. He ran hard. He was hard-nosed. He blocked well. 11 blocked well. That's the difference between them and other teams, is the running backs block so well. You don't see that very often where, they go and block a defensive end, or they go block a linebacker. And, they're going to do it. They're going to be physical with that person.
Anytime you're playing a ball game that close on the road in particular, you're going to face some adversity. Just how proud of you of not only this team but your coaching staff and how they responded.
Oh, it was unbelievable. I knew that I knew it was going to be tough, and I knew that we wasn't going to get every break, and we didn't get any breaks. And our kids we talked about it all week. Just hey, we got to overcome it. We got to overcome it. We got to overcome it. And it was a tough atmosphere. It was a tough place to play. We had a couple touchdowns called back in the first half, and then in the second half, man, our kids just found was just resilient. They just refused to lay down and get beat no matter what happened, and they just kept fighting and fighting and fighting, and found a way to win. And that's what you got to do in games like that, especially on the road and in an atmosphere like that. And DeWitt's got a really good football team, and they got a really good football coach. Coach Cody does an unbelievable job since he's been there, and scheme-wise, I mean, he schemed us up really good, and our defense just kept finding a way to make a play there at the end of the game. And then, obviously our offense just kept doing what they've been doing all year.
As with everything in the sports world, we move forward, go to the next one. Big ball game versus rivals Monticello and the Union Bank and Trust Saline River Shootout. What do you expect out of the Billies this Friday?
I mean, they're much improved. Coach Harvey's done a really good job. They're better on offense. They got skilled guys. They throwing the ball around, and they like to throw it over the top some, and more so than they have in the past. And they've had 2 weeks to get ready for us, and so we're going to see something new. It seems like we crossed it a couple weeks ago. They had a couple of weeks, and they came out in some new stuff. So we're expecting Monticello to do the same. And it's like I told our kids on Sunday, man, we just got to be ready to play. We got to have a great week of practice, and so far we have. And we got to expect anything, and on both sides of the ball. We have not seen. And credit to Jackson. I thought Jackson had a really good game the other night. Man, he was 20 or 24. I don't know the yardage, but I mean, like they came out and drop 8. They came out and drop 8. We worked on that a little bit, but we didn't really know what DeWitt was going to do. So it'll be the same thing this week. We got to be able to adjust. And I told our football team numerous times, it's kind of like 01 and 02 to me again. Whereas every Friday night, man, it's a crapshoot on what we're going to get defensively. Everybody's trying different stuff to try to slow us down. It's just we got to be ready for a bunch of different things, and we got to be able to adjust on the run. And I thought we were able to do that the other night, and hopefully that's going to continue. But it's going to be a big ball game. Monticello's 5-2 coming in. I think this is their best record since like 2011. So it's going to be a huge ball game.
Well, Coach, we're walking into the tail end of the season here, regular season at least, ahead of playoffs. We wish you the best of luck Friday night, and appreciate you joining us.
All right, thank you.